Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an updated tier list after 1.1. So this includes Zhongli and Xinyan. So I'm going to be going through each character individually, and this might be a little bit biased, but I'm going to be going through and telling you guys what class I think these characters deserve to be in and why. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Starting off with Amber, I think she's really good as support unit, but I don't know. I feel like there are better options out there as well, like Zhongli and stuff for Pyro, and obviously like Diluc as Pyro. But her being a Pyro Archer also makes her really good, just really versatile. So for her, I mean, she puts out decent damage. Her ultimate kind of sucks, and her E ability also kind of sucks. So we're gonna be putting her in the B class because she can be really useful, like in builds, as a good support unit, but as a character just overall, I don't think she's that strong and anything special. She's just a basic archer. So yeah, that's gonna be that for Amber. Moving on to Barbara. Barbara, I'm actually gonna put in the A tier because she's a very good healer. She doesn't put out a ton of damage. She's good against obviously pyro units or pyro elements, but just as a healer, she's extremely good. She's a basic healer, but she gets the job done. So she does do a lot of healing. So she's a great support unit. So that's where I'm going to be putting Barbara for the A tier. Moving on to Beidou. Now, Beidou's a really weird one because she's extremely fun, but I don't think she's broken. I think she is pretty strong though, and I also think that she's underrated. So I'm going to be putting her in the B as well. Beidou carried me through the first time I played. When I was playing on the PlayStation, I was using Beidou, and she was so much fun to get counterattacks with. But you can't just rate characters based on how fun they are. Her ultimate's kind of not that special. It functions the same way Kaya's does, except in Electro, not Cairo. So it is what it is. She's okay. She's alright. Like, I wouldn't say never use Beidou, because honestly, any of these characters, you can stack them up and make them super OP. I mean, just earlier I was watching a main DPS as Amber, and they're sitting here, doing floor 12 of the Spiral Abyss with Amber. I mean, not really, but you can stack out any character inside of this game and just make them super OP. So don't, if I put, freaking the Traveler down in the D tier, don't be like, oh, well, I'm never going to use a Traveler again. Because, I mean, if you want to use him and you have fun using him, then use him and stack him up like there's no tomorrow. That's on you, though. So next up we have Bennett, and Bennett's also a really weird one because Zero Constellation Bennett, I would put him as S tier, but Constellation 1 Bennett, or full Constellation Bennett, is up at SS tier because he is so strong once you get the removed HP cap. So his healing effect is just absolutely ridiculous, and his damage buff for his ultimate is absolutely crazy. Both of them are just ridiculous. So Bennett's really strong. Maybe as a main DPS in some cases if like he's one of your best characters, but mostly as a support, he offers a lot of damage and a lot of healing. So moving on, we have Xinyan. Now, he is a really nice character. I used him for a while too when I was on PlayStation, but he's not really that special. I mean, he does deal out and dish a lot of Cairo damage, but at the same time, his recharge rate is very, very slow. Like, so it's almost insufferable how slow his recharge rate is. It almost makes him like impossible to use. So because of his recharge rate, we're going to be putting him in the C tier. He's going to be the first character that we put in the C tier. Next we have Diluc. Oh man, I don't even think this one needs to be said. He's going up SS tier. Diluc is insane, man. He offers so much damage. His ultimate deals such wide AoE damage, and it just turns all of his attacks into pyro damage. He's insane. So Diluc is our first person for the SS tier. He is insane. If you have him, then you know. Maybe even if you don't have him, you know still, because he's just crazy. So that's going to be where Diluc's going to stand, is the SS tier. Moving on with Diona. Now, Diona is weird. I don't like her, but she's not terrible. So, like, if I were to base her just off of like how I feel about her, she'd be down here with Xinyan. But she's not even that bad. So I'm gonna be putting her in the A tier. She's a very good support unit. Her shield does offer a lot of support to all of your teammates, and having a Cairo archer is also very good as well. So Diona's gonna be going in the A tier. Moving on with Fischl. Oh man, Fischl is a tough one. She's either SS or S tier. She can fit in honestly either one of these depending on how you use her. For now, I'm going to be putting her in the S tier. She is extremely strong, but I also feel like there are stronger units inside of the game. Like most of the 5 stars are stronger than Fischl. So for that reason, I'm not going to be putting her in SS tier. But as a unit herself, she is crazy. She deals a lot of electro damage. Overall, she's a very, very good support unit. Yeah, so that's where we're going to be dropping Fischl is in the S tier. Let's move on. So Jean. Jean is also weird. There's a lot of like weird characters that I'm not completely sure how to feel about, but Jean she's fun. Don't get me wrong. If we're putting her on like how fun she is, I put her like up here somewhere. But she's just kind of weird. She doesn't deal like a lot of damage. Now, like I said before, every single character can be like a main DPS unit. I've seen characters that have played with, you know, freaking Jean and dealt out like thousands and thousands of damage. It's crazy. You can stack her up as well as a good animo like swords user / healer. But as far as like her as just a character, I'm gonna put her in the A tier. She doesn't feel that, you know, insanely strong to me. So that's what we're gonna be putting Jean. Next up, guys, we have Kaya, and we're also gonna drop him in the B tier with Amber and Beto. And the reason why is because he's a very basic Cairo user. So he's kind of like starting you off in the Cairo element, and he's just basic. I mean, he's not a terrible unit. You can use him honestly if you wanted to. I was using him for a while with Kaching. I was running Kaching, Amber, Kaya, and Barbara for a while, and they all did really well together. It was a really nice team, so you can use them. I mean, it's not like these characters are unusable. They're just not the strongest in the game. All of these characters are usable, every single one. You can use anybody. Now some of them are kind of like annoying to use, like in my opinion, Noelle, like with her shield. I just don't like it, but they can all be very good. Is what I'm trying to say. Oh baby, next up is Kaching. I'm not even gonna. I don't even know. There's so much to say about her, man. She's so good. I'm putting her in SS tier. You can call me biased. I really don't care. She's my favorite character inside of the entire game. She looks amazing. Playing around with her is that's so weird. Playing her in the game with her sword and her movements and everything, her animations, is just all so much fun. And on top of that, she deals insane amounts of electro damage. And like 90% of the damage you're going to be dealing with her, especially with a low recharge rate, is going to be electro damage. So I love Kaching. Insane. You can get insane crit damage with her, which is so much fun. Next up we have Klee, and I've only ever played Klee once. That was in the when the trial came out for her, where you got like the primo gems. But Klee's she's okay. I feel like she's a little bit overrated. I mean, I don't really see that many people using her now. We're gonna be dropping her in the A tier. You could argue that she's S tier. She's definitely not SS. I mean, maybe, but I'm gonna be dropping her in the A tier. I don't feel like she's that strong, and little girl, I mean, not really that fun to use either. So that's gonna be we're gonna be keeping Klee. Next up we have Lisa, and Lisa is she's crazy. If we're ranking her on hotness, she's the first person in SS basically. But we're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna be dropping her down at D tier. She offers little to no damage, like literally none, and her ultimate's just so weird. She's not fun to use at all. Her charge attack uses up so much stamina and doesn't do like crap damage. Like it's not good at all. I don't recommend ever using Lisa. I mean, maybe at the very beginning when you don't have any characters, but as soon as you get another Electra user, you're gonna be swapping her out. She's not that good. So next up we do have Mona, and Mona is actually really good. We're going to be dropping her in the S tier. She offers a lot of good water support, or Hydra support, and she deals out a lot of damage, and is just overall a really good support unit. So, I mean, you could argue SS tier, I can totally see that, but for now, I'm going to be putting her in the S tier. I feel like she's super strong. I don't feel like she's broken, but she's extremely strong, and you can obviously use her in your build. Next up we have Ningguang. Now, Ningguang is also a kind of weird character. I remember trying her out and she just felt weird. Also, she's up here as far as hotness goes, but we're not ranking them like that because that's probably for a different video. For now, we're probably going to be dropping her in one of these two tiers. She's strong, and I've seen people use her strong. I'm going to drop her in the B tier, low B tier. But she is strong. I just don't feel like she's just not fun to use that much, and Geo's not really a strong element. So all the Geo characters, sorry, but you guys aren't barely even making it past B tier. Like, it's just that Geo's not a strong element. I don't like it. If she was anything else, I would love her, but she's not, so that is what it is. Noelle, I'm dropping in the C tier because she's like, I've seen people stack her up and use her as main DPS, and she can do insane amounts of damage just like every other character in the game. But like, Geo's not a strong element. Her shield is just kind of basic. It's not, she doesn't seem overly fun to use. She's just kind of there in your team. But so I'm gonna be leaving her in the C tier. If you want to, leave in the comments and change my mind if you think I'm wrong about Noelle. Chi-Chi, I'm going to be putting in the SS tier because she is an incredible healer, and she deals out a lot of cryo damage as well. Cryo damage, sorry. But yeah, she's extremely fun to use. She's just honestly overall a really good support unit. You can't go wrong with Chi-Chi, no matter what build you're in. Next up we have Sucrose, and Sucrose I do feel is underrated, but I also feel like she's not as strong as some people make her out to be. So for that, we're going to be putting her in the, we'll keep her in A tier. We'll keep her in A tier because Sucrose does get a lot of elemental reactions, and her ultimate works and functions similar to Venti's, and Venti we all know is broken. So you are going to be getting elemental reactions left and right using Sucrose, and she is very strong, especially with people like, you know, Diluc, where you're going to be getting Swirl and all that stuff. She's just really strong overall. So I am going to be keeping her in the A tier because I don't feel like she's broken, but because of her elemental reactions, that's what makes her really good. Next up is Child, and for Child, I'm also going to be putting up at the SS tier. It's probably going to be all 5 stars by the time this video is over. But Child, he's really strong. I mean, I don't really use his bow that much, but as a support unit, oh my word, does he deal a lot of damage. You can even use him as a main DPS using his Hydro Swords. He's insane. With the Riptide effect, oh my word. There's not much else to say about Child besides he's just absolutely insane. I love Child. He's so much fun, and I love playing with him all the time. Next up we have the Traveler, D tier. What can you say about the Traveler? They're not going to start you off with a really good character, so I mean, maybe in future updates when he gets more elements or something, maybe he'll be better. Maybe he'll be at like up S tier, A tier, make him usable. I mean, he is kind of usable, but he's not extremely strong. His recharge rate is kind of trash too. I mean, he's not amazing. He's just a basic person, just like Lisa. So it's gonna be, we're gonna be dropping the Travelers in the D tier. Next is gonna be Venti. Now Venti, I do like. He's gonna be up at the SS tier. I'm not super excited about Venti. Like, he's just kind of he's a good unit, but I don't get excited for him. Like, I know he's good. I know he's extremely strong, and I know his Q ability is absolutely ridiculous, but like, I don't have fun running around the map with Venti. I have fun running around the map with Kaching because she does everything. But Venti, she's just kind of there. You just need to swap to him and then use him as basically a support slash elemental reaction dealer, damage dealer. But yeah, it's gonna be where Venti is SS tier. I know he's extremely strong. Xiangling is extremely strong as well, but she's not broken. Her bear is very weird to use. We're going to be dropping her in the A tier. I did like her. I loved her when I first got her. She was so much fun to use, but her bear is just super weird to use. Her elemental burst is very nice though, where you have the pyro sword, you know, swirling around you the entire time. It's very useful, but I don't feel like she's broken in any way. But she is pretty strong, so if like any of these characters that you want to use, you can. I mean, anybody on this list you can technically use, but just be careful about the team that you build around some of these characters. Next up we have Xingqiu, and I'm going to be putting him in the C tier list. He's very similar to Zhongyang, where he can be extremely strong, but his recharge rate just makes it insufferable to use. I mean, he just takes too long. His sword shield that comes with his ulti is pretty cool, but it's not really worth it. And his E ability is just super basic. I don't really like it. And I know people say that you're sleeping on Xingqiu. He's actually amazing, but I don't feel that way at all. It's a lot of work to get him to be usable at all in any way. So because of his recharge rate, we're going to be putting him in the C tier. Now for Zhongli, he's good. He's not great. I'll be dropping him in the B tier. He's the only 5-star that goes in the B tier. And I know people are probably going to be mad at me for this, but Geo's still not a strong element, and he was fun to play, but his element is Geo. I mean, I'm not excited. I don't really want to get him. If I do end up getting him, which I probably won't, I mean, I have been extremely lucky, but I probably won't. But if I do get him, I might throw him in the build for a little bit, but that's probably going to be about it, just for like a week or so, just to try him out. But Zhongli, He's alright. He's not terrible. You can use him, but I'm not really excited for him. Geo element just kind of sucks. Now, next up, we have Xinyan. Now, she is actually really fun to use, and as a support unit, I'm going to be putting her in the S tier list. The reason why is because with her shield and with her physical damage bonus is absolutely insane, especially with people like Razor. This is going to be Razor because we haven't listed Razor, and I don't see him on this list anywhere. So, but she does pair really well with Razor, and her ultimate is also extremely strong, so that's where Xinyan is going to be in the S tier. And Razor, this is not Razor, this is Xiao, but we're going to be dropping Razor in the SS tier list because Razor's just broken. He's so strong, and you can stack him up as a free-to-play player. You can stack him up so high. He does so much physical damage. That's why he's so good with Xinyan. But yeah, he dishes out a lot of damage, and he's one of, if not the best free-to-play, builds, characters for a free-to-play build. So that's gonna be pretty much it. I don't think I left out any characters. This is on tier maker, as you guys can see. So if I'm missing out anything, which I don't think that I am, it's because I didn't create this. I just downloaded it off of the internet. So that's gonna be all for this tier list, guys. And if you guys disagree with anything, I'm open to have my mind changed. You can tell me down in the comments, and I'll be responding to everybody's comments. So if you think that I'm wrong about somebody like Zhongli or Kaya or Noelle, let me know down in the comments why you think that they're good or whatever. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, consider subscribing and joining the family, watching all the videos, and leave a like if you want. So yeah, that's gonna be about it. See ya.